Hello, YouTube land, and welcome to the Get In and Get Out Nintendo podcast, episode 54. I am your host, Dantes, and of course, joining me like always, Caleones. How you doing, Caleones?
Well, how you doing, Dantes? How you doing, everybody? And yeah, I'm just very excited to talk about all the happenings of the week for Nintendo, the Nintendo Switch, and everything that has to do with them. Also about any other news about games coming over to the console, and finally about what games we can look forward to that have released for this week. So Dantes, go ahead and take it away.
Nintendo Zone. Seth is not here. PSV Xbox C. Toys and More Club. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We appreciate you joining us tonight. But anyway, with that said, of course, I have to do it. I have to start with the rigmarole. So let's do that. Sweet ass rigmarole. I want to welcome everybody to the Get In and Get Out Nintendo podcast, episode 54, right here at the Force In Unison gaming channel. Please remember to subscribe, like, and comment so you can make these two crazy MFs happy. Also remember, you can get this podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes for free. Rate us over there so you can show us some love. Also, go to the description box below so you can see the full channel schedule. And you can see some shows like the first episode of Force In Unison streams, where me and Caleones had a little bit of fun last night, and we're going to do it again next Saturday. Also, we do have a Facebook page called @Force In Unison Gaming. And finally, and Dantes says finally, go to forceinunison.wordpress.com and give some clicks and love to my boy Caleones. With all that said, are you ready? I said, are you ready? For the no one in attendance and the 9 people watching around the world, let's get ready for Reggie's Hot Topics of the Week.
My body is ready.
My body is ready, and Caleones, we're quickly going to get to a hot topic. What is the first hot topic tonight?
Well, the first hot topic of the night, and this is one that Dantes wanted to put out there front and center, is that Nintendo has announced a new variety kit, or a new Nintendo Labo Kit, which is going to be releasing. But this, I think it's around August or September is when the kit is going to be coming out. But it is a new kit. It is a new one that's coming, and Dantes has a couple of things to say about it. I'm going to let him talk about his feelings and his views of it. And of course, I believe that I'm going to have a different outlook to this than what he's going to say. So Dantes, if you want to, you have the stage. You can.
No.
You can
explain the news first, please. Can you explain what is this new Labo Kit that is coming out? And what does it include? Please. We have to deliver the news here, Caleones, because we're professionals here. Explain the news.
Okay, so the news is that it's going to be delivering the Toy-Con 3, which is going to be like a Labo vehicle kit. With the vehicle kit, you can do like different things, like controlling a bogie, an airplane, a ship, kind of like a submarine. So you can do those things by alternating. Kind of like, something, if you want to think about it, it's a little bit like Pilot Wings, where you can control different ships and things like that. So that's the idea behind this. And it is going to be $70. So for $70, you can get all that cardboard to make all those different devices, so you can pilot, drive, or navigate. So that's what's going to be coming out. It's going to be the third one in the series, and it will be available on September 14, like I said, for $70.
There you go. Now that's professional right there, Caleones. Okay, so what do I think about this news? I'm showing the trailer. Hopefully Nintendo won't shut us down. Again, the same thing I'm going to say.
If it shut us down, we're going to start it over.
Again, it is innovative, Caleones. It is interesting how they can you can switch vehicles and transform and fly around. You can do the game where you can press the pedal, so you know how much speed you want on your car. You can also fly again, like you said, the plane like it's pilot wings by changing the different type of controls. You can go underground again by using the next control like we're showing right now in the trailer. So it's innovative, Caleones. It is innovative. But here's my question. Here's what I'm gonna challenge Nintendo on. A, is this game a complete game and not again another crappy demo? B, how can you maintain the magic if the game is not a complete game when the kid finishes building it and then just throw it right there in the corner? Right now I'm seeing all my sons right now right there in the corner just throwing right in the corner, collecting dust. Nothing. Play it the first day, little bit. Oh, it was fun building it. It was fun doing it. It was fun playing it for a couple of minutes. And it was then one and done. So, my challenge is Nintendo, right? My head. I understand what you're trying to do. This could be innovative. If this takes off, this could be something that could make a lot of money for you. I don't know if it's making you a lot of money at this time because you have to remember, those stocks are falling, and a reason for that is Labo, right? But at the same time, is Nintendo using resources that they could be using, Caleones, to do a AAA game, a great game, and doing this? And that's what I in my camp is, because I don't care about this. I am not buying this one. I saw what happened with my son. I am not spending the money. To me, it's over for me. Unless you have the software that impresses me one day and say, oh, this is a full-fledged game that you're building with Labo, I am not buying another one again. But my challenge to you, Caleones, and I'll let you answer, is I feel that Nintendo is using resources that should be using to build new games, where all the stack of IPs that they have, like Pikmin and F-Zero and Star Fox and Kid Icarus, and wasting the time with Labo. That's my wah for me. I know I always said that this is not for me, and now more that I saw that the original Labo Kit did not take off, even when I saw my son playing it, I'm like, I'm done with it. I really want Nintendo to be building new games. But go ahead, Caleones. I'll let you challenge me back.
Okay, so I mean, you know what I guess pretty much what I'm gonna say about this one. It is something that doesn't really cost Nintendo much money. I mean, of course, the cardboard is it's pretty cheap, and it seems like the games are not that extensive. I mean, are pretty basic, and that's gonna be the only thing I'm gonna be against, is that if Nintendo's gonna sell you something like this for $70, I want it to be the full experience. Like I said, I made a comparison on this kit to Pilot Wings, and I would love for them to have a game like Pilot Wings, the full game with the cardboard, so you can do the different shapes, you can do a navigation. Of course, I mean, if you can play with the regular controller, with the Joy-Cons and all of that by itself, that would be great as well. But yes, I do not like the fact that it seems like it's probably going to be kind of like another demo, but at least it seems like it's giving you a little more. I know that out of the 3 kits that are out so far, or that out of the 2 that are out so far, this one doesn't come out until September 14, but the robot one is probably the one that you do less, because at least with the variety kit, with the Joy-Con one, you have like 5 different things that you can do. So you can do, either with the fishing, or you can do with the house, or you have you have different things that you can do with it. Yes, it's going to be more cardboard, it's going to be more things, and I'm pretty sure that you looking across to the other side of the room, you can see all of them laying out over there. But still, I hope that it gets a full game experience.
I'm going to show it to the peeps. 1 second, keep going.
But yeah, I hope that you're going to get the full experience from this, so that it is a full game attached to this. Also, I mean, of course, there's still going to be the building portion, so it's going to let people create their own experiences and things like that. And another thing that I want to see, and they already did say it at least, is that With this, you can play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So you will be able to use it with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So at least, yeah, that's going to be a positive from this one. That aside from the Toy-Con 3, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is going to be compatible with it as well. So that's a good start. But as far as Nintendo, I'm not really worried that they're going to be using their resources on this and that they're going, they're wasting, time that they could be using on another game because, and this is a rumor. There's a rumor out there that yes, Nintendo is working on a new Animal Crossing game. Woo, on a new Animal Crossing. Of course, yeah, new Animal Crossing is going to be coming out, but that Bandai Namco is the one that's helping them make it. Bandai Namco is already helping them with Super Smash Brothers. So, and there's rumors out there that they're helping with Metroid Prime 4 as well. So, Nintendo, they can make deals with other companies as to take away from the development or help with the development on certain games. And those companies like Ubisoft, they're more than willing to embrace it, jump in, and work on it. So I don't think Nintendo has to worry about it. They do have a lot of internal developers. They have like quote unquote second party companies like Monolith Soft and such that they can create their own games. So I don't worry about using their time and wasting it on one game when they could be working on another because they can find. I mean, they know how to get some of the games made. Is that they want to have a great idea and something great before they decide to jump on it, and that's why sometimes it takes a long amount of time between the release of one game and another because they want to make sure that when it comes to the gameplay and the game experience that is going to be top notch before they try to create another one. But I'm okay with this because it's not too much money invested and the return it's what is, I mean, enticing to Nintendo, enticing to the investors and everybody else. Also, we have the holiday season. So this is September 14. It's just going to be 3 months before the holidays, and they need to create more awareness towards the Nintendo Labo brand. And how do you create more awareness? By releasing a new Toy-Con experience, and this is something that I hope they will do by giving you some sort of discount on the first and second games that came out last April. And I believe this is going to be the year. So after this year, if Nintendo cannot do anything with Nintendo Labo, and it doesn't seem like it's jumping off the shelves, then this is probably when Nintendo's going to decide, you know what, it's probably not worth it, devoting all this time to Labo because it's not giving us a big return. But they cannot decide on that until after the holidays, and they're doing the right thing by releasing a new Toy-Con kit so they can push more awareness towards Nintendo Labo and see if it's going to be flying off the shelves or not.
Okay. So I'll say this. You said a couple of things that I want to challenge you on. You said that Nintendo made sure that they made the experiences correct. So when the time is right, it's a polished game. It's a great game, blah, blah, blah. So are we talking like this is like kind of like Mr. Jackal and Miss High or whatever it's called, whatever the term is called, where there's a Nintendo who works their ass off to build great games like Breath of the Wild and Mario Galaxy. Well, true, but Mario Odyssey. But then you have Nintendo Labo and Want to Switch and stuff like that is not quality. Sorry, Caleones. So why do not, if they're trying to sell you this, right? Why don't they sell it with a quality IP next to it so people can get attracted to the gimmick? Because as of now, Caleones, it is just a gimmick. Like I showed just now, the stuff on the floor, it is just a gimmick. It is, and that's not it's hurting Labo more. So maybe some kids like it because they construct it at first. But once you finish the construction, it's over. It's done. What are you going to do with that crap? And I see it there. I just want to throw it in the trash. That's where I want to put it, right? That's one. Two, you mentioned that the investors are looking into this. And I think Labo is one of the reasons why this stock has taken a hit for Nintendo. Because at first they put a lot of stock, no pun intended, on the Labo. And you saw that stock rise. But now everything is balancing out because Labo did not perform as they expected. That's just my personal opinion, Caleones, on that. That's why, to me, Nintendo, instead of worrying about all this crap, should be worrying about creating great games what they're known for. And I know they're innovative. That's fine. But if you bring an innovation, they need to come out with the innovation with the right game. Why did the Wii sold, Caleones? Did it came out with the right game for the Wiimote controller? Right? Labo needs the right game. It does not have it. These crappy mini games are not the answer to sell Labo, my opinion.
Well, and that's where I agree with you, because if they were to release a full game experience with it, I mean, it may be because we still haven't seen it completely. We don't know exactly all everything that it offers, but it still looks kind of like mini games. It does look like mini games, and that's where I'm worried that it's not going to give you the full game experience. They have to release a full game experience with Labo for people, for certain people to take it seriously. People like you, for example, that if they don't have a full game experience, you're not really going to care for it. So yes, I would love to see Pilot Wings Labo or something like that, because this is getting close to it, and it seems like it would have been perfect for it. And even the previous Toy-Con 1 and Toy-Con 2, there's some of those pieces that could be used for a Pilot Wing game and putting it together with this. So it is perfect. And PSV Xbox C is screaming, "Bring back Kid Icarus" on the chat. So I mean that it probably not with Labo, but still, Pilot Wings is
something. You put some wings, cardboard wings, and you do this. You pull with the rope, and you're like, and you're flying around as Kid Icarus. Money, Nintendo, hire me. I got all these ideas right in the bank right now, full of them. I'll be your money pit. Anyway, sorry, Caleones.
Yeah, but like I said, yes, that's the one thing I agree with you, that they have to give you a full game experience, not just another quote unquote demo experience when it comes to it. So that's the one thing that they need to change.
So I guess in conclusion, to finish this, I think that Nintendo should stop with Labo. You still want to give it a chance. That's where we are right now?
Yes, they have to, because it has the potential of creating so much profit for them. And this is something that I don't really think April was the correct release date for the initial Labo kits. It would have been closer to the holidays. That's when they should have released it, or even the summer, because so the kids have something to do during the summer, even the summer. But yes, one of the reasons why you build it and then it stays on the side of the room and it untouched is because they don't have a full game experience. If they give you the full game experience, if the motorcycle game from the Toy-Con 1, if it had multiplayer, if it had online and things like that, people would still be playing it. But it's just kind of like a demo, so that's why you play it. You already got the full experience, full game experience, and then you put it to the side, because if you jump back in, it's going to be the same thing. There's not going to be any novelty to it. It wears off pretty quick. So hopefully with this, it'll be closer to a full game experience instead of just a demo.
So the only thing I'm going to say, Caleones, is in video games more than everything, first impressions is critical. Labo did not give you that first impression. It's going to hurt the system. I can bring you 20 things of first impressions, right? The Vita, right? Great first impression, right? But as soon as it was known that memory, you're going to have to use a special memory that was, I would put it, it wasn't like normal SD card, stuff like that. It was expensive memory on the Vita. They never recovered, Caleones. It never recovered. So before a launch, first impressions are critical. The Xbox One X, or the Xbox One, sorry, has still not recovered fully from the bad first impression of the reveal of the Xbox One. PlayStation 3 took a long-ass time, and basically on the back of Sony with their exclusives, to bring back PlayStation 3 to a respectable second place last gen. But the first impression killed them, Caleones. I'm just saying, first impression in gaming is so critical. I don't know if Labo has the legs, but we'll see. We'll evaluate this topic again December time when we see the holiday sales, and we can go more in depth if Labo is dead or we give a chance. But as of now, I say Nintendo, stop it. Caleones says no. Let's give it one more shot. Understandable. We'll see in the next couple of months, right, Caleones?
Yep. But yes, One to Switch, it sold over 1 million copies, so it wasn't really a mistake.
I didn't say it was a mistake. I said the quality was not Nintendo quality standards, right?
It made them money. A lot of it.
So are you care about money for Nintendo or you care about quality games? Let me ask you that question. Because I care. I could care less if Nintendo's in last place like the Wii U, but I got some good quality games out of that system. I did not hate it like a lot of people.
But that's you, the gamer. Of course,
that's what matters to me. That's what matters to me.
Yeah, but the company needs to make money. That's what they're made for, to make money.
One to Switch is a piece of crap, but it is a good tech demo for the Switch. But my challenge is everybody puts Nintendo in this pedestal of developing heaven, and they do have a lot of misfires. And to clarify, that goes with every of the big three. Well, Microsoft more than Sony and Nintendo. But anyway, out of the big three, they do come out with some doo-doos. Anyway, with that said, let's go to the next piece of news.
Okay, and the next piece of news is going to be, we're going to be talking about the biggest game in the world.
Big, nice, like your comment. Hey, Caleones, can you read that for the peeps, please?
I think if it's a quality game, it would make more money.
Yeah. Okay, keep
going.
Keep going.
Kind of like Shadows of the Colossus on the PS4, right?
Keep going.
Well,
it sold over 1 million.
No, it didn't. It did, but for a system that has sold over 70 million consoles, that was extremely underwhelming.
Oh, here we go with the attach rate. One to Switch
sold more than Shadow of Colossus. One to Switch sold more than Shadows of the Colossus.
Shadow of Colossus came out when there was way more decisions to make or games to make to pick from in the PlayStation heaven. One to Switch came out where there was like 3 games during the first month. So, come on, man. Shut the hell up. Come on. There was nothing else to buy. I bought One to Switch because there was nothing else to buy. I just said, well, it looks like a nice tech demo. The kids are going to like it. Okay, let's buy the piece of crap. A quality game will sell more. God of War is proving of that. Oh, God of War. Anyway, go ahead, Caleones.
It is also the first 90 out of, I don't know how long for a PlayStation, but anyways, talking about the biggest...
How long? What are you talking about? Shadow of the Colossus was a 90 just in January. Damn, dude. Have your fanboy facts at least straight before you say crap like that. Anyway, go ahead, Caleones.
Yeah, but that's a re-release of a PS4
No. That's a full remake like it was Ratchet and Clank. So don't give me that crap, Caleones. It was a big-ass 90. You count Mario Kart as a 90, right? You were, oh my God, Mario Kart Deluxe, he got a 90. And you were celebrating here. But that's just a re-release?
Well, actually, when I talk about Nintendo games, I talk about Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is more than Sony can have in 1 year.
Snap, Caleones. Oh my God, I'm gonna do like Thanos right now. Boop, gone. Sidetrack. Anyway, go ahead, Caleones. Sorry that I had to bury you there, but go ahead.
I didn't know that. That you actually fight new monsters and you go to new places on Shadow of the Colossus. So it is a complete new game.
It's a completely new remake from the ground up, not a re-release like a Mario Kart Deluxe. And
so new stories and new worlds and things like that.
It's still a 90. It's still a 90.
Still the same game. It's still the same game.
It's still a 90. You're complaining like, that was the last 90 from Sony a long ass time. Wah. And that's a 90 that just happened like a month ago. I'm just calling you out on your bullshit. You have to watch out what you say.
If the only thing you do is improve the graphics of a game and you keep
the
game intact, which was already a 90, then it should stay a 90.
Oh my God.
So it's not really
there's
that
a lot
hard.
of games that they get re-released and don't stay in the original score. Just saying. And this game was built from the ground up. Just saying too. I don't know, Caleones. If you don't want to give it credit, that's fine. In your Nintendo own head, that's fine. You don't want to give it the 90. That's fine. It's a good color. Okay, let me say it with the peeps in the chat. Sony has not had a 90 in a long ass time because they suck. Okay, we're good. Are you happy, Caleones? Let's move on.
I mean, we still talk about God of War, but still. Uh, and that's a complete new game compared to the other ones. It's not the same formula. So that's
Yeah. Let's go to the
that's what
next
I'm
piece of
talking
news.
about.
We're not gonna be discussing all night long fanboy wars right now. Let's go to the next piece of news. Come on.
Okay. Well, going over to the next
Nikki's
one.
here. Welcome. Sorry, go ahead. No.
Yeah. I mean, kind of like the personality or dig I'm gonna look away from the chat for a second. I'm just gonna go to the next piece of news. So, going with the next one is that Epic Games, aka the makers of Fortnite, are said to be worth as much as $8 billion due to the success of Fortnite and because the Unreal Engine is being used by more companies now, including Nintendo, which is one of the companies that are using Unreal now. So, I mean, it's making the company founder Tim Sweeney. He now became a billionaire with the success of the company. So
nice.
Yeah, so Fortnite is one of the games that we play here. We do it every Friday at least, with the Fortnite Friday.
Until
if there's
it
any
dries up.
events, yeah, until it dries up. Until you guys stop showing up, then we're gonna have to change it for another one. But yeah, if you guys keep coming, we're still gonna keep showing it. Except for Splatoon 2, we still got a lot of views, and we stopped for a while.
We're trying to be more versified this channel, so it's all good. But anyway, joking aside, I mean, Fortnite is the reason why they're making this much dough. There's no denying that. They found their golden goose. The question is, Caleones, like every company, when you find your golden goose, how long will it last? Or do you need to find a new IP that will soon replace Fortnite at some point? Or do they now start with Fortnite Forever and just keep creating seasons, Caleones, so they can keep the people engaged? I guess that's the biggest question. How is Epic going to keep Fortnite fresh? That's number one. I'll let you. You're the Fortnite expert. Number two, the second question is, can Fortnite last forever or a long-ass time, or it will have the same fate as Guitar Hero, something like that? And three, is Epic officially just retires now with this and just makes Fortnite forever? Go, Caleones.
Okay, so I mean, just to be clear, Fortnite is not the only thing making Epic money.
I know. The engine too. The engine too. Yes.
Yeah, it is the Unreal Engine, and like I said, Nintendo is one of the ones that are using the Unreal Engine, which is why we were excited when they announced it, because that means that the engine is done. They can just create their games, and that means more games from Nintendo in a shorter amount of time. So that's great. I mean, everybody wins with that. And it's an engine that even last week we were talking about how it received a new update, so it's going to be even more optimized. Raising some of the visuals, for 720p on console when docked up to like 1080p. So it's great. But Fortnite, it is the biggest game in the world. It is the one that just last week we woke up at like 4:50 a.m. just so we can do the birthday stream for Fortnite. So that's how big it is right now. And I'll say that I believe that, well, at some point, yes, you have to create another game so you can, so it can be your golden goose. But I think Fortnite is one of those special games where it can be kind of like Minecraft. You know how Minecraft, technically, if Microsoft were only a game maker, and I know that they purchased Mojang and they own the IP now, but if they only had Minecraft to live with and they had no Xbox, they could make millions upon millions upon millions of dollars on Minecraft, and they would be worth a couple of $1 billion. I mean, heck, they purchased the Minecraft IP, I think for like $2 billion or something like that. So it was, a staggering amount. I believe Fortnite is the same way. One of the things that helps it is the constant updates. You have new skins, new emotes, new things that keep the game fresh. Also, another thing that I believe is going to be pretty big is the playgrounds, because now you can go with 4 of your friends. You can have be in your own map. You can create and do different things in the world, but they need to expand on that. They need to allow players to have possession of their own island, and they need to let those players build on the island and be able to save what they built. similar to what Minecraft does, where you have your own server, you create your own world, you can invite people over to your world so they can see your creations, or even allow them to help you create things in the world, or if they try to destroy it, so you can kick them out so they don't break anything. But I think that's going to be the next step for Epic and Fortnite, to have those servers for each player, so they can do their own worlds. And that's when you're going to see big creations, because you can already see how people build the things that they come up. But to be able to build entire cities without having to worry about, okay, I have only like 50 minutes to be here, then the storm is going to come in, game is going to be over, and then we got to start from scratch all over again. If players had the chance to own their own island and build on it, you will see. You will see amazing creations, and that I think that's going to be the next step. So, I believe Fortnite, if done well, can be the new Minecraft, and I think that's where it's going to be headed.
Okay, so basically, let's summarize this. You're saying that Epic doesn't need to worry; it just needs to keep evolving this, and they should be fine for a long time, basically.
Yes, if done right, yes, they could technically just live off of this title and just continue evolving the Unreal Engine for all the other companies.
Okay, we shall see, peeps. We shall see if Fortnite will be like Minecraft, because that is big words coming from Caleones. We shall see. Okay, Caleones, let's go to the next piece of news.
Okay, and the next piece of news is going to be another game that we keep talking about for the past 3 weeks, and it is Octopath Traveler. It is still sold out. It is still hard to find physical copies of the game, and this is reported by Dr. Sergio from Canton Games that they are completely out of physical copies. There is no way that they have anything else. They've already run through. And I know there's another piece of news saying that they sold over 90% of the games. But I mean, if everybody sold out, that pretty much tells you, I mean, they're pretty much done. They don't have anything. What I've heard is that at around probably the first week of August, around August 6th or something like that, they're gonna receive a new shipment of physical copies from Octopath Traveler. And the good thing about this is, how when the Nintendo Wii sold out, and it was sold out for months, and every time they got a shipment, the shipment would sell out in minutes. So people were going crazy and trying to find the game, and hopefully the quality of the game with the critical praise that it's received, hopefully it will help it go over to that other notch when it comes to game sales, because first week it already sold over 100, I think it was like close to 110,000 copies, only physical, in Japan only. So hopefully with this and what is happening in Japan, it's just going to make people want the game even more and just jump on it as soon as they see it in stores. So it is a good to great game, and everybody I talked to, they praise the game. It has a lot of replay value. Of course, you got 8 different characters with 8 different paths, but the highlights are the look of the game, the graphics, the special effects, and and just the battles as well. So I don't know. For me, I see this as, even though it's sold out and people cannot really get it, and you saw it, because from the first week it sold 110,000. The second week it sold like 25,000 in Japan, because they had no more copies. But still, the demand is still going to be there, and hopefully that's going to continue to drive people to pick it up as soon as they see it.
Okay, so I guess I know we keep talking about this game. Like the last 3 weeks, we've talked about this game, which means that me and Caleones, it shows you that we're excited about this game, and we want to play this game. I don't think, Caleones, you haven't bought it, right? No. So is it still available? I know that I read that on Amazon was like a back order too for the game too. So it's not like there's plenty available around the
I mean, in the last week or so, I've been over to like Best Buy, Walmart, and they had a couple of copies. It's not like they had the full stack of like 30 or 40 copies. They had like 4 or 5.
Okay,
So
it's starting to show up.
yeah, it's starting to show over here, but still, the reason why I haven't picked it up is because I know I'm gonna pick it up. I know I'm gonna play the game, but because I'm playing other games and reviewing other games, I don't have the time to devote to the game yet. So I'll get it as soon as I have time to play it.
Okay.
And because I gotta buy a PS4 as well.
Yes, you have to buy a PS4. It's for the channel. Anyway, I know that sucks. It really hurts your heart, but no. Let me say, joking aside. So the reason I wanted to talk about this game is to keep it in the mindset of people to keep buying this game. I really want this game to be successful, and if not, one of the most successful stories of 2018. And that brings me to the topic, or the hot topic that we're gonna talk is Octopath Traveler, Caleones, to you, the biggest surprise in 2018?
Well, okay. So when you talk about biggest surprises in 2018, you have to talk about Monster Hunter World. So that was a big surprise and how it sold. You have to talk about God of War 4. That was a big surprise on how it sold. Even though people were expecting the game to sell good, but the amount of copies that it sold, it was still a big surprise. But when you looked at Octopath Traveler, some people were thinking of it like the other, Square Enix RPGs, like, the Lost Sphere or the I Am Setsuna. So they were saying, well, I mean, if the game sells 100 or maybe lifetime sales, if it gets to like 300,000, 400,000 sold or something like that, that's going to be pretty good for the game. But to hear the news that it sold 110,000 the first week in Japan because they ran out of copies. And then they sold 25,000 the next week because they had a small shipment because they had no more copies. And the game is sought after like this, and how it's been selling everywhere else. It was, I believe in Europe, it came in third place in sales, but that was because first place was Crash Bandicoot, which is available on 3 different systems. And second place was I think it was the Lego Incredibles, which is what it was also available on 3 different systems. So this game came in third place, and it was just a couple of hundred copies from being first place. So that tells you that it sold great in Europe. Here in the US, we still don't have the NPD number, so I don't know exactly how well it's done. But it seems like it's doing pretty good. I've seen a lot of people talking about it, a lot of people, like picking it up, a lot of people promoting the game as well, and being, pretty good ambassadors of the game. So yes, it is surprising that this title, more than likely in its first month to 2 months or something like that, is going to be close to 1 million copies sold. Because I thought that at most, like 500,000 or something like that would have been a pretty good number for it. I didn't know, like PSV Xbox is saying that he loves JRPGs, and JRPGs is a brand, or it is a genre that is kind of like it's been forgotten. Even Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it was a welcome news when we finally heard that it passed over 1 million copies sold after the first month. So that was great because JRPGs normally are not doing as good. And JRPGs in Japan is when they've been struggling the most. Like, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 sold more outside of Japan than it did in Japan. So to hear that it's been doing this great in Japan gives me good hope, or gives me hope that it's going to be selling great elsewhere as well. So yes, the sales and the praise of that this game is getting, it is one of the biggest surprises of 2018 so far.
Okay, I agree with you 100%, Caleones. I was trying to gauge, and you mentioned the 2 games that also came to my head about surprises for 2018. But here's why I'm gonna say why I'm more surprised about how well Octopath Traveler has been received. I think Monster Hunter, a full MMO type of Monster Hunter game, you knew that there was going to be a lot of fans supporting. God of War, great, awesome game, but you knew there was at least going to be a fan there to support. The original God of War 3 sold 5 million units. Now this one sold over that just in the first month, I think, if my memory doesn't fail me. So that's a surprise. I'm not denying that. But to your point, JRPGs are kind of dead, and they're not as huge as they used to be. You get games like Xenoblade Chronicles, sold better in the West. Games like Ni no Kuni 2, sold better in the West. Persona, sold better in the West. The Tales games, they sell better in the West. And it's sad because you would think, oh, JRPGs should sell that's why they have the J on it. They should be selling like hotcakes over there. But maybe it's because the Japanese market, being more a mobile market, you need to build RPGs that are for the mobile market. And a small scale, sprite-based RPG like this one, the reason it's resonating so much, Caleones, is because it's perfectly made for the Switch. Why it looks so good on the Switch is because it is really well made for a portable system. Again, this is from the people who did Bravely Default. They only work on portable units. So they knew that they wanted to work on the Switch, and it makes sense, and you see the hit that it is. So maybe you think about it in the future, can Monolith Soft keep Xenoblade Chronicles, right, as their main, big AAA or AA RPG, sells in the West, but once in a while, they have a small development team that could build an RPG like this, Caleones. Maybe they can work with Square, get the engine of this game, help them build some new games, small-scale games, but with good stories, well-told stories, and not as expensive to make. Xenoblade Chronicles was not expensive to make, part 2. So imagine if with Nintendo's backing, a small-scale RPG, then maybe you can start seeing Atlas instead of doing the Shin Megami Tensei, can't pronounce it, series. They do a smaller scale RPG. Again, this type of games is maybe what brings the Japanese back to JRPGs, is this feeling of like Lunar. When I see this game every time, it just reminds me of Lunar, and you know how much I love Lunar, the original Lunar on PlayStation 1, or excuse me, Saturn, but I played it on PlayStation 1. Saturn, sorry, Sega CD. Now I'm going back. I don't want you guys question my knowledge in games. One point to that is that feeling that you get when you play Lunar is the same feeling that this game, and I haven't played it. I was just watching gameplay and stuff like that. I'm like, sweet, that's a good times. RPGs were great back in the day. If you build good stories and you evolve, right? Like this engine looks like it evolved the genre of old school RPGs. You could have a winner in your hand. I could see this game to be a trendsetter, Caleones, and I could see companies building their small team just to build games like this. But you could say, but wait, but Square did this. They did I Am Setsuna, and they did Lost Sphear. Were not huge hits. You're right. But maybe because the aesthetic wasn't there. Maybe because they were not portable. They did bring them to the Switch, but still they did not sell. But maybe it's because of the aesthetics, Caleones. Basic maybe it's because it was more of the same. Maybe. I don't know. It's interesting, Caleones. It's interesting. But I do see this game being a trendsetter in the future.
Yeah, when you talk about I Am Setsuna and Lost Sphear, and you talk about the aesthetics, I believe one of the reasons is because those are more like PlayStation 1 era type RPGs. Correct. Closer to like Final Fantasy 9, something like that. But when it comes to the nostalgic factor, those RPGs don't really give you the nostalgic punch like RPGs like the Xenogears or the Chrono Triggers, the Final Fantasy 6. Like those are the RPGs that I think belong in the for you when you think about it in the older era, and that's what Octopath Traveler is trying to touch. But at the same time, you can also say that the reasons why Lost Sphear and I Am Setsuna did not perform as good is because they were good games. I mean, they were okay, but if they would have had a bigger backing from Square Enix, they probably would have been better games. If they would have put more money into those games, it would have shown on the development, and it still makes it seem like it is a small team making those, but Octopath Traveler shows the quality, even though those look like 16-bit bit type games. The quality is there. You see it on the graphics. You see it on the depth from the characters to the world. You see it on when they do their their actions, their arts, their magic, like those effects. You see it there, so you see the quality on the game, and that's something that I Am Setsuna and Lost Sphere had missing. So maybe if Square Enix were to put more money into Tokyo RPG, Factory, you would see it on the games, or maybe Octopath Traveler is just the perfect nostalgic game to go, and they probably should just forego PS1 era type games and more so there's Super NES era games. Maybe that's where they should stick. But I mean, I've said it before many times. Hopefully they stick with it. They have the engine done, and they can create more games with it, or even give a new color paint to those games. Idea the Xenogears, the Final Fantasy VI, the Chrono Triggers, and such. Maybe they can recreate those games with the engine. So we'll see. But I think if they give Tokyo RPG Factory more money to invest on the games, it would show on them.
We shall see, Caleones. You bring a good point. Maybe it's just the quality of those two games were not up there to bring the nostalgia factor. This is a good game. It's been getting high praise. We shall see. It's interesting, Caleones. It's interesting. Again, this is our third week talking about this game, which is awesome that we're talking about a small JRPG for 3 straight weeks in this podcast. But anyway, Caleones, with that, we're done with hot topics. But it's time to move on, my friend. And it's time to move to Onuma's News Burst. So, Caleones, what is the first piece of news today in News Burst?
Well, the first piece of news is that the Nintendo Switch has sold over 5 million retail games in Japan. And, just to put it in perspective, that's a really big amount of games. It is the most out of any system in Japan. And this is without counting digital games. It's only physical games. So, that is a big amount. And of course, if you make the games or quality games for a quality system, they're going to sell, and they're showing with the success of Nintendo Switch in Japan.
Yep, not much to say. Great numbers. And we already talked about it. Nintendo is going to own Japan. Like, I think this console, I foresee it to be the biggest hit in Japan since maybe the Wii. Like, there was a system, and I'm talking about home console. Now, I know this is a hybrid, and a hybrid helps it sell, which is the appeal of the Switch. We can't deny it, but it's still kind of like the first, at least, hybrid console that is being so big in Japan. And I'm happy because that means that you're going to get more games, more Japanese games coming to the Switch.
Yeah, hopefully it'll do DS numbers instead.
Yeah, DS numbers. Well, DS, I didn't include it because it was a portable, but I was saying more console-based. Yeah. Like, a lot of people keep saying consoles are dead in Japan. And they're true. In reality, consoles do not sell as well as they used to be in the golden age of Super NES, PS1 era, right? But this console being a hybrid, it has helped it become a successful, which is great. I mean, maybe, again, console gaming come back. But, again, it's hard for these Japanese people. They're portable people. They are riding long-ass train rides and stuff like that. They're moving a lot. They need their Switch.
Okay, going over with the next one, and this is for all of you that live in Kyoto, Japan. I don't, so I'm probably I'm gonna miss it definitely. But in the 15th and 16th of September of this year,
Anthony, welcome back. Sorry, Caleones, go ahead.
Yeah, so they're gonna have the Super Mario Orchestra concert, and this is gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be on the 15th and 16th of September in Kyoto CMEX 2018, and it's gonna cover Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, Super Mario World, Yoshi's Story, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Galaxy, and Super Mario Odyssey are going to be the ones that will be covered during the orchestra. Again, this is going to be in Kyoto. So if you just happen to be over there, be mindful that you can attend it and you can experience some great music from the Super Mario series.
Well, and Mario Galaxy was already orchestrated, and that's beautiful music right there. So, it's going to be good. So you're over there, enjoy.
Yeah, and at some point we're going to see something either, like
Like
either a
Zelda.
live stream or a video or something like that. So for those of you that are not able to go, I'm pretty sure they will make it available to to all of us somehow.
Okay, go ahead, Caleones, with the next one.
Okay, going over with the next one this is that through Amazon you can now pre-order the Nintendo Switch online subscription.
Why would
Yes,
you
the online
pre-order a
subscription.
subscription? Okay.
Well, I mean, just so you can be ready for it. But yes,
Oh,
you
they're
can get
gonna
it.
run out.
Well, I mean, they're not going to run out, but it's kind of like a pretty good reminder. We still haven't had anything talking about the online. Nintendo needs to do something because, I mean, it's July 29th and we are almost in August. This is supposed to, start in September. Yes, they got a couple of games that are going to make people subscribe to it and see that it is worth, but still, they need to remind everybody that this is coming before they just try to log in and and they get a pop-up saying, "Hey, sorry, you got to subscribe now." So hopefully it won't get to that point. But hey, 12-month subscription is going to be 19.99. They have a 3-month subscription for 7.99, or you can do a 1-month subscription for 3.99, or the one that we're thinking about doing, which is going to be the family subscription for 34.99, which you can have up to 8 different accounts in it. So Dantes, hey, we might have to start looking into this. That one is not online on Amazon, but yeah, hopefully we'll get the details pretty
Well,
soon.
that's the one is that we're gonna look into. It's the only way I'm gonna spend money on Nintendo Online. Trust me. But we shall see. We shall see. Go ahead with the next one.
Okay, and the next one is that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has received a new patch. This one came out on the 27th, and it does include new expansion pass content. Among those contents, they have a final quest pack includes 5 new quests. 3 of them involve a number of rare blades. The last one involves Cosmos and Shiki Adenine. A new rare blade quest for Hibana and designed by Ado. New items to exchange for in the challenge area. Costumes as well as items to increase Thor's idea. Extreme and custom difficulty added.
Yeah.
New settings options that will change the unique monsters BGMs to "You Will Know Our Names." XB1 UM team when Shulk and Fiora is in your party. So hey, they're keep making the game even more difficult with the extreme and and custom difficulty. So hey, we might see more videos from you
Well,
about Xenoblade Chronicles
because
2.
I wanted to play the game on my new game plus playthrough on Ringer or Chaos, but that is extreme difficulty. I mean, seeing some videos, some people, you can customize it though. So I'm thinking of doing a hard mode in the middle, like normal is all the sliders in the middle, and then Bringer of Chaos is all the sliders at the maximum. I'm thinking of putting all the sliders, like, you know what I'm saying, like just in the middle, and then create my own hard mode, which is great. You can customize your difficulty and play New Game Plus at that way, because I think you're gonna have to play like 3 or 4 New Game Plus to build everybody before you go into Bringer of Chaos. And in challenge mode, they added Bringer of Chaos too. And I'm not even touching that, Caleones. Like, I did it. I did all the normal in challenge mode, and it was like, my party is not strong because I haven't done New Game Plus. So I did beat them all, so I can't imagine. I know that I won't beat challenge mode where I'm at. I'm not even going to try it. So maybe someday, but I'm going to end with, this is the game that keeps on giving. I love this game. Like, right now, in my head, all this content, Caleones, this game has become my favorite game on the Switch. And looking forward to the Torna, the Golden Age. That's going to be like another Xenoblade game again this year. So, Nintendo, you're treating me right. Monolith Self, I love you guys. Keep bringing the pain. I'm really looking forward to see that new game that your main team is working on. If this is done by just a small team, I want to see what your main team is working on. So,
Okay, going over with the next piece of news, and this is that Splatoon 2 received an update. It was the updated to version 3.2.1, and this happened, I believe, on the 27th as well. For those of you that were going into the game to see what was new, it's not really anything new. It's just some fixes. So they made changes to competitive play, and they made a couple of changes to Salmon Run as well. Nothing big, just fixing some issues with when throwing bombs or getting hit or things like that. So when we did the Nintendo Wednesdays, which we ended up doing on a Thursday, but we still called it Wednesday so we can keep the schedule. But still, a lot of people were asking about the update, but there wasn't anything new. It was just some fixes for it.
Okay, we shall see. The big expansion pack already came out, right, Caleones? I don't know. I'm not a big Splatoon guy, so.
Yes, it already came out.
Okay, so they're done. So if you see something new about Splatoon, it's probably gonna be Splatoon 3 in the future, right?
Yes, and amiibo figures. So that's gonna be the I guess the new thing.
Okay, we shall see. Okay, Cali, let's go ahead with the next one.
Okay, so the next one is gonna be that Kirby Star Allies has been updated to version 3.0, and with the update, they added 3 new Dream Friends: Adelaine and Ribbon, Dart, Meta Knight, and Daroge. Also, they added 3 new celebration pictures to complete by collecting picture pieces, and they fixed several issues to enhance gameplay. So this one, aside from just fixing issues, it did add new friends and new pictures as well. So this is another game that yes, they said that they were gonna be adding new friends and things, but this is something that I do like from Nintendo games, and is that they give you incentives to own a game because they keep adding things and not necessarily things that you gotta pay for. Yes, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you need to have the expansion pass to enjoy certain things, but things like new blades and new game plus and those, those are free. So Kirby Star Allies, same thing. You can look forward to even more characters in it.
Okay, go ahead, Carlos, with the next one.
Okay, next one is that Ark Survival Evolved on the Nintendo Switch will be getting a physical release, and this is what they stated. That Ark Survival on the Switch now allows you to take your tribe anywhere, at home or on the go. Ark on Switch includes a complete content of features of the original game, from the massive and mysterious Ark Island to the more than 100 prehistoric and fantasy-inspired creatures such as the T-Rex, Giant Charles, and all those. So the game will be available for $49.99 miscellaneous retail price, but aside from that, you will be able to get the Pix Ark for the Switch version as well, which is a vast wild world filled with vicious dinosaurs, magical creatures, and endless adventure. To survive in this mysterious land, you must tame creatures both ferocious and cunning, craft high-tech and magical tools, and build your own base out of cubes. And this one will be retailing for $39.99. So they're gonna have the physical releases for those two, the main game and the expansion. And even though it doesn't have a release date, they're saying that it will be out on fall 2018.
Okay, go ahead, Carlos, with the next one.
Okay, the next one, and this is one that I was really excited because when the game was first announced during E3, or before E3, but made available at E3 when the Nintendo presentation came along, is that Paladins now is available for free on the Nintendo Switch. Yes, they had the Founders Pack, and they had it for $29.99, but the Founders Pack does give you access to all the characters and any other character that gets added afterwards. The people that get the Founders Pack will be getting it. But for those of you that want to try the game but don't have $30 to spend on it, you will be able to download the game. You still get the same game experience. You won't have access to all the characters, like if you were to buy the Founders Pack, but still you have characters from all the different arts, so you can enjoy the game and play it and see if you like it. So I'm happy that they did it. The game has been available for free on the other systems as well. And they did say at the beginning that even though they had the Founders Pack for $29.99, the game would be made available for free during the summer. And lo and behold, they went ahead and added it. So it is like a really good game for those of you that like hero shooters. It is not Overwatch, but it is still up there with it. So just go ahead and download it, and we're gonna try to see when we can maybe do a stream over here, which I already did once. And if you guys can get it, maybe we can get together and do some damage.
Yeah, that could be a good Nintendo Wednesday. Go ahead, Carlos, with the next one.
Okay, next one is that Salt and Sanctuary, which is a dark hand-drawn 2D action RPG, will be coming to the Nintendo Switch, and is going to be launching in August 2nd. So they, describing the game, they said that, while sailing across a stormy sea to transport a princess and strike a truce between rival kingdoms, a calamitous encounter with a sinister abomination wrecks the player's ship. Upon drifting onto the shore, the journey to broker the peace dissolves into a struggle for survival and a treacherous island rife with the undead. So the game, it is. I mean, look, it looks pretty good. It does have multiple endings. It has a new game plus, and the game will be available digitally for $17.99 on the Switch. So Southern Sanctuary, August 2nd, $17.99 on the eShop.
Got it, Caleones. Go with the next one. Basically, the end of news now is just like, oh, a lot of good games coming to the Switch, except one that I put. If you don't want to say the last one, Caleones, I understand. But anything else you can say.
Well, next one is that in Japan, that RPG Maker M5 or MV is going to be coming over to the Nintendo Switch, and this autumn, and it will feature crossplay in between the Nintendo Switch and the Xbox One. The game will be available on the 15th of November, and I'm glad that like they're continuing the trend of Nintendo and Nintendo Microsoft playing nice with each other. When it comes to the game, I know that you're gonna say it's because they're not market leaders, and because that's why Sony is not doing it, because they don't really have the incentive because they're first place. But still, hopefully, this is going to be something that's going to continue to carry on. Be it in the future, if Microsoft or Nintendo are the market leaders, that they're still going to do things like this. So I'm glad to see it.
Okay.
And I'm still going to say it because you put it on there. For those of you that, I mean, if you haven't gotten Mario Kart 8 Deluxe by now, you're still going to have a pretty good alternative, or an alternative. I'll take the pretty good out of it. But the Nickelodeon Kart Racers will be coming over to the Nintendo Switch on October 23rd, and the game is going to retail for $39.99. So if you don't have the Gamers Club discount from Best Buy, and you cannot get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for a reasonable price that you want to dip in, you will be able to get this game on the 23rd for $39.99. So you're going to be able to play with your favorite characters, with like SpongeBob and Patrick, Ninja Turtles, and any other characters that you may see on the Nickelodeon shows. So Nickelodeon Kart Racers, October 23rd.
Yeah. Anyway, with that, Caleones, we're done with news bursts. But we have to move quickly because we're over an hour already today. Even though I thought it was a slow news week, somehow him and me make this show an hour. But anyway, with that said, Caleones, let's go to our favorite store. So if I wanted to know all the hottest games coming to the supermarket, where we should go, my friend?
To Shigeru's supermarket.
So what's on the supermarket today, Caleones?
Well, I mean, we don't quite have the 20 to 30 games that are going to be releasing each week. This week we have 19 games that are coming out. And those are going to be Sakuria Pinball, Life Goes On, Toby, The Secret Mine, Semblance, Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2.
That's a good one.
Bud Spencer and Terence Hill, Slaps and Beans, Sleep Tight, Pixel Lines DX, 500 More Puzzles, Dawn of the Breakers, Crossing Souls, Candle, The Power of the Flame, Banner Saga 3, Arcade Archives, Omega Fighter, Neo Geo's The King of Fighters 97, Hello Neighbor, Go Vacation, Final Light, The Prison, and Element are the games that are coming out this week. Of course, the ones that most of the people have been talking about is the Mega Man X collection, the Legacy collection. Are you going to be getting the collection, Dantes?
So, kind of going to be a split now. Because I learned that they finally put plats on Mega Man X. So, I'm going to buy the original Mega Man collection on the Switch. And then I'm going to buy the Mega Man X collection. Now, I'm not sure if I'll buy both, because you have to buy, it's two separate games. You can buy one bundle and get all 8. Or you can buy separate, $20 each. Honestly, the good Mega Man X games is 1 to 4. So honestly, I'm thinking just to get those, because the ones that came out after 4 were not that great. So kind of decisions to be made, and of course trying to get through a lot of games that we have this year. But yeah, that's kind of my plan right now. I am planning to buy the Mega Man collection on Switch, but the Mega Man X collection on PlayStation because of the plat. Nintendo, put achievements. I mean, we can talk later. Anyway, with that, Caleones, I guess our game of the week, of course, the Mega Man X collections, correct? Okay.
Yes, it's going to be that one. Other games that I'm excited about was the Hello Neighbor one, but it seems like the Nintendo Switch version is suffering from like frame rate issues and freezing and things like that. So it needs to be optimized. They need to update it before I can justify getting it for my son. He already has it on the Xbox One, but he wanted to have it on the Switch. So we'll see with that one. And Go Vacation is the other big Nintendo game that they've been promoting a lot. So that's the other big release for this week.
Okay. We shall see. Good week, Caleones. Hopefully they can keep the crap out. Anyway, with that said, Caleones, I think we're done with the show. Boom. Music on, baby. So I want to thank everybody who stopped by and listened to a little show. The Get In and Get Out Nintendo Podcast, episode 54, right here at the Force In Unison Gaming channel. Please remember to subscribe, like, and comment so you can make this two crazy MFs happy. Also remember, I haven't sent this in a while, so if you don't want to see our ugly faces, we got a solution for you. Go to SoundCloud and iTunes and download this podcast for free. Rate us over there so you can show up some love. Also, go to the description box below to see the full channel schedule. On Sundays, we got this show. On Mondays, we got PlayStation Mondays, where tomorrow I'm going to be playing a little bit more Crash because I didn't get to the end. So I'm playing Crash tomorrow for your entertainment. Also, on Wednesdays, we got Nintendo Wednesdays, where this week, hopefully, Caleones won't have any issues and we'll be able to deliver on Wednesday, the Nintendo Wednesday. I don't know, why are you playing this Wednesday? Splatoon or something else?
Yeah, well, I'm. It's a toss-up right now. The thing is, when we played Splatoon 2 on Wednesday, we had 2 raids from 2 other live streams that were going on, and then once we ended it, we actually did a raid on another stream, just so we can kind of like spread the love on the game. So
cool.
So we'll see with that one. We'll
okay,
see.
So maybe Splatoon. So stay tuned for that. Then on Friday we got Fortnite Fridays. No description on that one. It's Fortnite. We're gonna play Fortnite. And then on Saturdays we got Force In Unison streams where me and Caleones we play together. I think we're gonna give one more shot to Uncharted. We got unfinished business that we need to attend to,
and a higher difficulty as well.
And higher difficulty to get our ass kicked worse. Anyway, also we do have a Facebook page called @Force In Unison Gaming. And finally, and Dantes says finally, go to forceinunison.wordpress.com and give some clicks and love to my boy Caleones. With all that said, thank you again for joining us. Long live Nintendo. Good night, everybody.